Alright, Artem MMA Analysis back with another announcement. Paddy Pimblett has a fight booked against Rodrigo Vargas on the UFC London Volkov versus Aspinall card. I believe this is probably going to have to be the co-main event, or definitely on the main card, because of how well known Paddy Pimblett is amongst the MMA community, especially the MMA community over in Europe. And I think it's definitely worth noting. The UFC, I think they're a little bit worried about the first fight, man. Luigi Vendramini hurt Paddy Pimblett, almost killed the hype train before it even began. So now they're giving him an older guy. They're giving him Rodrigo Vargas, a guy with a relatively respectable record, 12-4. He's coming off a decent win over Zhu Rong, who's like 21 years old and has like over 20 fights, and is recently coming off his own win in the UFC after losing to Rodrigo Vargas. But Rodrigo Vargas, he's 36 years old. I think Paddy Pimblett is going to be better on the feet, and I think he's going to be better on the ground. Rodrigo Vargas coming off that really weird win over Zhu Rong, where Zhu Rong did pretty much nothing in the first round, and then he got taken down by Rodrigo Vargas a bunch of times. It was a strange fight, and then Zhu Rong ended up landing a couple of shots. And I think the UFC seen that Zhu Rong was able to land a couple of shots. Paddy Pimblett just knocked out Luigi Vendramini. So let's put Paddy Pimblett up against Rodrigo Vargas. Let's get him another win by KO, or maybe even submission. We know that Paddy Pimblett is pretty good on the ground. He's got a lot of submission wins, and he's probably going to have Rodrigo Vargas' number on the feet and on the ground. I think they're just going to give him a gimme fight here, and I don't think Rodrigo Vargas is going to beat Paddy Pimblett. And even if he does, what are they going to do with it? He's a 36-year-old 155er. He probably isn't going to be fighting for too much longer at the UFC level anyway. He's 1-2 in the UFC. If he loses this one, he very well could get cut. So, Paddy Pimblett, man, I think he's going to win this fight. I think he's got Rodrigo Vargas' number top to bottom. I think the UFC's giving him a gimme fight here. They're giving him an easy win against a guy that's 12-4, against a guy that does have a relatively respectable record, although he is a much older guy. Tapology in the majority picking Paddy Pimblett. I think that's very understandable here. I think Paddy Pimblett is going to dominate Rodrigo Vargas. I think he's going to finish him within 2 rounds. And that's my official prediction for this one here. I don't think Rodrigo Vargas is really going to have too much for Paddy Pimblett, especially after his weird performance against Zhu Rong. It was a very strange fight.